Alright guys, so we are here for round number 11 of AOR Season 14 here for the Hungarian Grand Prix at the Hungaroring, and we are back after a 3-week break of AOR due to obviously the Christmas and New Year break, and in that time I managed to take the Classic Cup Championship, which was a really enjoyable championship of 5 rounds, and to win that has obviously boosted my confidence levels heading into this race, where I did a fair amount of practice and I was pretty certain on the strategy and everything like that. But here we are in qualifying. I'm currently in P11 and this is the quickest lap I did in qualifying, heading into turn 2 right now, going up on the Delta, and I was aiming to get in the top 5. That would be the aim for qualifying, and then in the race aim for a podium. And since the Christmas break I've obviously got my new monitor, which hopefully should help me in terms of speed, because it's easier to see your references and everything like that with a 27-inch screen compared to a 19-inch screen, which is what I had before. But you can see this lap has been really good so far. We're almost 3/10 up. In fact, now we are 3/10 up and heading through the second sector. It's quite a difficult, twisty track, this one which kind of feels a bit too small for the 2017 F1 cars. I don't know why, I just feel like that when I'm driving, and I don't really get that sensation around Monaco, which is weird. But you can see heading into the final sector now, still 3/10 up into the penultimate corner, and I was doing consistent 16.8s in practice, so hopefully we can replicate that. Aresi did a 15.9 in practice, which I could get absolutely nowhere near, but heading towards the line now, and we go P3 with that, which is a really good time. I was satisfied with that, and I retired immediately, and that was P5 on the grid, which is where I wanted to be really, and I was hoping to get an undercut on the people in front if everything stays clean. So 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Once again getting an absolutely shit start. I don't know why I'm so bad at my starts in this game so far, but yeah, hopefully I can improve on that. But taking an outside line into turn 1, being pretty cautious. Simo's got the inside, and we actually get hit from behind from, I think it was Alex, and now we're side by side with Ali K, and yeah, it's Alex actually. I think it was J Thor who hit us into turn 1. But round turn number 2, braking pretty late and managed to hold on to those 2 positions. But you would have seen there that lag which everyone had almost ended my race, and yeah, I don't know what to say about Codemasters really with that, but God, my reaction when that happened, yeah, it was a big shock. I almost like checked for damage immediately because I thought I was going to get damage from that, but it turned out everyone had that, and I don't know why that was. But anyway, P6 is in a decent position. We lost one position off the start, but that's not too bad. As long as we can stay with the leaders, hopefully we can undercut them in a simple one-stop race of super soft to soft if nothing goes wrong. So heading towards the end of lap 1, getting right up to the back of Simo, who's starting to lag as well now. So I don't think this was my connection, because my connection's always been really good, and I'm getting a wired connection for the next race. But you can see the cars in front are starting to lag, and I think that's just the way the game is really. But yeah, I don't think Codemasters is going to do anything to change that. I think they've kind of given up with it for this game, but we got to put up with it, and hopefully nothing will go wrong because of it. Look at the amount of lag we're getting, and I was just backing off really from the cars in front. I didn't really want to get any sort of damage from that, because quite a few times that I've been practicing, I've had lag crashes which have either lost my front wing or taken me out of the race completely, and if that was to happen in a league race, I'd be absolutely fuming. So staying pretty cautious right now. Simo already extending track limits, so that's probably a warning for him, and I knew that was something I had to do. I had to try my best not to get a penalty, because I knew most people around this track are going to get a penalty, because it's quite easy to corner cut around here and extend track limits, especially turn number 4 I think it is, the blind left-hander. That's really easy to either cut or extend track limits. But moving on to lap 3, still sticking with the group. I think it was Clarkey in the lead at the moment. He had a really good pace around here. I think the top 3 are starting to get slightly away from us 3 behind him, and you got Big C, and you got a bit of a gap back to, I think it's Ali K. And yeah, I was in a pretty comfortable position at this stage. But then you can see Aresi and Carricks have started to hit each other, and we're going to try and find a way around that on the right, but that's never really going to work. And now Big C is going to get past us as well, and we are now down to P7, and now everything's starting to bunch up. These 2 are going ridiculously slowly, and the cars behind them have caught up, and now we've got like a 12-car train. And yeah, this is pretty frustrating now. We've got to try and get back past Big C if possible, These guys are now really going slow. Simo's managed to get through it all and managed to get into the podium, which is lucky for him. And now break into the chicane. Alex has gone down the inside, and that was a pretty good move from him, pretty fair, even though I had to take evasive action, but he caught me off guard and took that position, and yeah, I should have been more wary of that, but everyone braking so early gave him the opportunity to go up the inside, and we're going to try and get him back here if possible. He goes defensive, we're going to try and go around the outside, but no, we're not close enough, and I think Alex actually hit Big C there. Now Big C's trying to go around the outside of Aresi, we're trying to go around the outside of Alex. Now we've got Ali K on our inside at the moment, the championship leader, and we're going to try not to let him through. And yeah, we're going to be heading on to lap 5 very shortly, getting right up to the back of Alex now, opening DRS, and I definitely felt like my wing levels were too high, to be honest, because you could see the cars in front are pulling away down the straight, and we're not able to make a move. But going around the outside, Alex goes for a massive dive bomb on Big C. Ali K is now down our inside. I don't think the driving standards in this race from some of the drivers were that great, and now Big C is molesting Alex into turn number 2, and they've pushed each other wide. We're going to try and take advantage of that, and we're not able to. We're able to take one position, but not off Big C. And now Ali K is trying to go around the outside, and that was never really going to work. And now Big C's lagging, and this is just carnage really. This is so frustrating. You know you can go so much quicker, but when you're in a train like this, and with the wing levels I had, which I should have gone for about 5.11, but I went for 8.11, which was, yeah, too much really, so I couldn't really get past, and it's starting to spread out a bit more. We've got a bit of a gap behind Ali K, who I think had a bit of contact with Kian, and now Carrick's and Aresi are driving pretty slowly, despite the fact they both really quick around here over 1 lap pace, especially Aresi with a 15.9. I think he's top on the global leaderboard, but he's not getting it together this season, and it seems like it's the same in this race. So hopefully we can take advantage of this, we can stay out of trouble and possibly aim for a top 4, because it does seem like the top 3 are now gone, especially Kalaki in the lead. So on to lap 6 we go now. Carrick's is going back down the inside of Aresi. Are they going to make contact like they've done already once into turn 1? No, they're not, but heading into turn number 2, and yeah, they don't really need to be battling. They should probably try and work together to try and catch the group in front, but I don't know why they're doing this. Now they're almost going 3 wide, and now Big C's lagging once again, and so close to contact there. Hopefully nothing's going to go wrong, but at the moment it does look like we're going to be involved in a collision at this rate. So heading into the chicane, everything's starting to bunch up again, and now we've got Ali K right up behind us again. I was just wishing these guys would start speeding up. I think Carrick's had front wing damage, and he's sort of just holding up this massive train of about 12 or 13 cars, something like that. And everyone's now going wide, extending track limits there. And you can see here, yeah, I messed up my braking zone, and that's half my front wing gone. And that's pretty much my race over. You can see me now frantically trying to change my tyres to mediums and change the repair wing damage to yes, so that I can go to the end of the race on the medium tyres. I didn't do any practice on the medium tyres whatsoever, so I had no idea what they were like. And yeah, it's going to be interesting from here, because my pace on the mediums isn't really going to be that great. So changing the front wing, and from here on we're going to be lucky to score points really. So changing the front wing, you can see Alex is already on the medium tyres, so I think he came in the lap before. I don't know whether he had damage or not, but yeah, he's obviously had enough of the shit that we were involved in, of that 12 car train. I think it was more, to be honest. I think it was more like 14 or 13. But exiting the pits now in last place, which is, yeah, brilliant. But anyway, moving on, and you can see Jay Thorne is out of the race, and I think he's stopped for the season. I think he's just had enough, but I don't know whether that's forever or just for the rest of the season, because I think he's a bit fed up with the game. But moving on to lap 8, and you can see there's a couple of people coming out the pits on medium tyres. That includes Aresi, who's just coming out in front of us. We're going to try and outbrake him into turn number 1, and he's pretty aggressive there, trying to outbrake us as well. We're going to try and get good traction, try and go around the outside of turn number 2 if possible, and we're going to try and go wheel to wheel around the outside, and he's pretty much forced us off the track there, which is very kind of him. And yeah, that was our chance of 15th place over with, but It's only 15th place, so who really gives a fuck? But anyway, Aresi is into the pits, and yeah, that's considering he's gonna be in for his second stop, that's pretty much his race over, so we're probably not going to see him for the remaining 23 laps. So H Racing Green is in front of us, and yeah, I think the 5 or 6 cars in front of us all pitted for mediums, just because of, I don't know whether it was damage or just getting out of the train that they were involved in. I don't think it was damage because they've all managed to jump us here. We're now catching up to Alex as well, who pitted the lap for us. H Racing Green has absolutely bottled the braking zone, and we've gone past him into P12. And next up is Alex, and next up after Alex is some points. And to be honest, after losing half my front wing, I'll take a point, to be honest, but we're going to try and do better than that. But with the pace of the medium tyres, which seems like the soft and super softs are actually like pretty similar in terms of pace, and then you got mediums which are just shit really. But you know, we got to run with them because I managed to lose half my front wing, but try and go around the inside, I should say, of Alex, who left the door wide open there. And we're now in the slipstream, heading towards turn number 1, pulling to the outside of the circuit now, braking at the 100-metre board, trying to go right around the outside. This would be a good move if we can pull it off. Around the outside, opening DRS, getting some good traction into rich fuel mix now, and that is us into P11, holding inside of turn number 2, so the move is done now. And yeah, I was pretty satisfied with that move. That was one of my best of the season so far, I think. So that's now moved us into P11. Hopefully we can catch the cars in front and possibly score some points. I think Ali K also pitted like a lap or 2 laps later than me for medium tyres, and yeah, I think that was just try and get an undercut, but to be honest, the medium tyres aren't that great and they're not really going to do much. Now RC Alonso is coming out just alongside us, just like Aresi did. We're going to try and outbrake him, but we've gone a bit wide there, and he's on the super softs anyway, so he's going to get past. But now we've got Carrick's on the inside, and he's now going to get past us as well, so we've lost 2 positions there, and that's not great. But I think they're on the quicker compound anyway, so they're probably going to pass us later on in the race, and hopefully they'll drag us up towards the other medium runners, so hopefully we'll be able to pass them and get into the points. But now moving on to lap 22, the start of lap 22, 2 other cars are coming out of the pits, and one of them is Kian, I think, also on the super soft tyres, so there's no point fighting him because he's going to be quicker than us, and because he's on super softs, we're probably not going to see him in the remainder of this race. He's just going to go up the road, and yeah, pretty frustrating to be honest, because I think a lot of these people qualified outside the top 10 and did an alternate strategy, and because they're outside the top 10, they're outside the carnage of Aresi and Carrick's really. But you can see Wooly is in the slipstream. My teammate's going to try and go around the outside. We're going defensive, we don't want to let him through, and we're managing to hold on to that for the moment. And our Gamer to Best on the super soft tyres is going to now try and get past Wooly if possible into turn number 2. We don't have any threat from those 2 behind, but Wooly is too focused on Gamer right now, trying to go around the outside. I'm looking in the mirrors at this battle, and he managed to get through in the end. And now moving on to lap 24, and Gamer is now right behind us, and I wasn't really going to put up that much of a fight, so I knew he'd be quicker than us, and hopefully he'll drag us up to the cars in front. That was certainly the plan, so I wasn't really going to fight him too hard. And yeah, there's quite a bit of a train now starting to build up, so if we can aim for around 8th place, that would be a good result, to be honest, after going on the medium tyres, which are just so slow. But yeah, because the game has got good pace at the moment, so we're going to try and follow him, but with the dirty air and everything like that, it was pretty hard to do so. And now Carrick's and B-Colt have collided, and I think B-Colt has slight front wing damage, and yeah, it's all carnage is kicking off really. I had a look at the F2 race and the F4 race, and they're both a lot cleaner than this, but we're going to try and dive up the inside of B-Colt into the last corner. That was a pretty opportunistic move, nice words. And we are now up into P11, and B-Colt went off the track there. I think that was just because of his front wing damage in the understeer. But now Gamer's got past Carrick's, and these 2 are now starting to hold each other up and opening up some opportunities for us now. And I think Ali K is battling with someone else, so yeah, we've got a chance for some good points, but yeah, we've got to find our way through, which with our wing levels is pretty hard to do so. And now moving on towards the end of lap 25 on to lap 26. Willie on the soft tyres behind, struggling to get past us still, and we're just going to put the car in the middle of the circuit, which I think was a pretty good defensive move there. And now the cars in front are starting to make contact with each other. I think that's Carrick's and Ali K. Ali K's not having the greatest race today, but his championship lead is still going to be good enough, because I think Synthetic qualified outside the top 10. I think he's in about 7th place at the moment, so not too bad for Ali K, but Carrick's has gone through, and Ali K is now down to P9, and he was also on the medium tyres, so to be honest, my aim from here was to get in front of him and try and get into P9, but gave him the best. To be honest, like, considering he's on the super soft tyres, I expected him to go quicker really, but I think towards the end his tyres really started to wear out, and you can see we're actually having a look at getting back past him now, making a bit of contact actually, but yeah, holding on to P11 for the moment. And now we're going to have to try and be quite aggressive to get past, because I can't do it in a straight line, so I've got to do it on the brakes like we did on Alex around the outside of turn 1. If we can repeat something like that, that'd be really, really good. But yeah, pretty difficult around this track to overtake in general, as you would have seen in real life F1 by the procession of the first 4 cars, the 2 Ferraris and the 2 Mercedes. But Willie is now right behind us. We're having to go defensive once again from him. I think he's only scored 1 point at this stage of the season, so we're not doing too well in the Constructors' Championship, but I think we're in about 8th place, but it's not too bad. But anyway, moving on to the end of lap 31, with the closest we've been so far. Once again getting really, really good drive through the last corner. I don't know why I was really quick around there, but going down inside of turn number 1 here on Game of the Best. Down the inside we go, making a bit of contact. I think he had front wing damage anyway, but maybe I caused a bit more damage for him, but that was a bit aggressive. But I don't think he minded too much, and yeah, I was just going for anything really that I could to get through. That was my best opportunity of the race to get past him, so I had to try my best to do so. And Clarkey has won the race. Moving on to lap 35, Carrick's has binned it, and that's moved us up into P9. There's bits of front wing on the other side of the track, so maybe someone else has lost their front wing as well, but I don't think with 2 quarters to go we're going to be able to pick up any other positions. We weren't able to catch Ali K. We still haven't got any time penalties. I think we had 2 warnings, but we haven't got any penalties, so it's going to be P9, which is, yeah, not the greatest result, but still points in the bag. 2 points it is, and we are staying in P5 in the championship. Dropped off the top 4 a bit, but as always I'm going to try my best to get in the top 3, which is the aim for this season. But I hope you have enjoyed. Leave a like if you have, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you very soon for my next video. Goodbye.